The galaxy had never known silence like that. The kind that falls not with peace, but with warning. The kind that creeps in just before something irreversible happens. 8 minutes. That's how long Earth stayed quiet. Not one message. Not one movement. No ship launched. No defense raised. After the threat was made, after the Galactic Dominion broadcast its ultimatum, Earth simply went still. The message had been arrogant. Surrender all Terran systems by cycle's end, or be erased. They'd already destroyed 3 human colonies, leaving behind ash and static. The rest of the galaxy expected Earth to scream, to retaliate, to beg. But Earth didn't answer. It just waited. That scared them more than war. Because humanity had never stayed quiet before. When cornered, they fought. When threatened, they adapted. When beaten, they bit down and bled forward. Silence. That was something new. Something dangerous. On the Dominion capital ship Vocteran, Admiral Krex paced before the war table. "Any movement?" he growled. "None," his sensor chief whispered. "Earth remains completely dark." Krex sneered. "Then burn them." 100 warships began moving toward the Terran system. Energy signatures lit up the void. Stars flickered behind their engines. It would take minutes to cross the final stretch. Krex raised a claw. "Fire when ready." But the order never left his mouth. Because something left Earth first. It wasn't a fleet. It wasn't a transmission. It was a wave. An invisible pulse. No heat. No light. Just a change in gravity. Every ship felt it. The stars shifted. Time hiccuped. Artificial intelligence across the fleet reported system instability. Navigation failed. Shields collapsed. Then the first star disappeared. Alpha Ener, blue giant. Gone. Not destroyed. Removed. As if it had never existed. One by one, across the sector, stars blinked out like candles snuffed by invisible fingers. 4, 7, 12. Whole systems vanished from Dominion maps. The fleet stopped. Not out of fear, but confusion. What was happening? Then Earth spoke. A voice, calm and human, transmitted across every frequency, in every language, at once. "We were quiet because we were remembering. You reminded us why we were built." Krex snarled. "They're bluffing." But even he didn't believe it. Because behind the voice, something emerged from Earth's shadow. Not a ship. Not a station. A structure. Cylindrical. Miles tall. Shaped like an antenna and a blade combined. It spun slowly, glowing with symbols not seen since the time before. Not Terran. Not alien. Just old. Too old. One word decoded from its surface. Archivist. It didn't attack. It just pointed toward the Dominion fleet. That's when their sun began to unravel. Vocteran's home star, a red helium-class giant, began to twist in space, pulled like thread from a spool. Not sucked. Not consumed. Just rewritten. The Dominion screamed. They launched every weapon they had. Missiles, cannons, planet breakers. Nothing reached the device. Space between them no longer followed physics. Weapons turned to dust. Light bent. Time cracked. Krex fell to his knees, muttering in a forgotten dialect. "What are they?" Earth replied. "We're not the ones who erased your sun. We're the ones who remembered how. They tried to flee. But the jump points failed. The void around them collapsed into quiet, starless dark. In 8 more minutes, the entire Dominion sector ceased to exist. Nothing burned. Nothing screamed. It simply wasnished. The archivist returned to orbit. Earth fell silent again. Across the galaxy, No one spoke for days. Not because of grief. Not even fear. But shock. Earth didn't win a war. It didn't destroy its enemy. It rewrote the rules of existence. And it had waited, chosen not to use that power until the Dominion forced its hand. Not long after, over 200 species signed declarations of permanent neutrality with Earth. Some offered fealty. Others begged for guidance. Earth offered neither. It just listened, and watched, and waited, for the next voice arrogant enough to test its silence. Children on distant worlds are taught now, when Earth is loud, they are mortal. When Earth is quiet, the stars must pray. And deep beneath the surface of the moon, inside a vault sealed in stardust and time locks, the archivist waits, silent, patient, infinite. Because silence was never surrender. It was memory, and Earth never forgets.